feeling is laid back. Palm Tree Road, rent so low, don't you know? But I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy, you born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York is home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my pride. I have said and I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still. Did you read about a father who dreamed of being a king? And they all became one, except for the name. A few other changes to talk about me. It's all about you. LA's fine, sunshine most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm Tree Road, rent so low, don't you know? But I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy, you born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York is home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my pride. I have said and I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still. Did you read about a father who dreamed of being a king? And they all became one, except for the name. A few other changes to talk about me. The story is the same one, but I've got this emptiness deep inside, and it won't let me go. And I'm a man who don't like to swear, but I hate the sound of being alone. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the Hot Topics. The Hot Topics, THT, cutting through the noise, one truth at a time. Welcome to the Hot Topics, coming to you every Thursday on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, Linkage Radio, and Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. The Hot Topic. This is the show that dives beneath the surface to tackle the issues shaping our relationships, our communities, and our world. From Caribbean current affairs to global headlines, we break it all down with clarity and conviction. Here on THD, we are fair, honest, and genuine. We're committed to uncovering the truth, bringing balance to the conversation, and setting the record straight. So get ready. Get ready for the insight. Get ready for the perspective and powerful dialogue. Because when it comes to what really matters, we're cutting through the noise one truth at a time. This is the Hot Topics on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, The Chris Wilby Show.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing this evening? How is everybody doing? I am doing all right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the program. I do appreciate you. My name is Chris Wilby, and this is the Hot Topics. And the Hot Topics is aired on this station every Thursday. Yeah? I want to say thanks to everybody tuning in. Those of you tuning in on CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Those of you listening in. Those of you watching me on YouTube, I want to say thank you. And for my YouTubers, I would encourage you to share the link with your friends. Share the link with your friends and bring them on into the chat, yeah, so we can have a discussion this evening. I also like to welcome my Linkage Radio listeners. How are you doing this evening? Linkage Radio Massive, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening. Well, you know, it's, they say great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, they say. And I am thinking about Lady D's, because I tuned into Lady D's show earlier, and I heard the topic that she was on, and it's funny because I'm gonna play Lady D for you in a moment. I'm gonna pull up her video and how she coined it. I love how she coined it. Who should she choose? The man who raised her or the man who made her? I love it. Who should she choose? The man who raised her or the man who made her? Now, it's interesting because I have a similar topic that I prepared in advance and I shared it. And when I heard Lady D on, and she was on the topic, I sent her mine, and she was like, oh boy. She texts back and she said, oh boy. You know, what a coincidence or something to that. But I just think about it like that. Great minds think alike. Yeah. And these things, they happen, and as Lady D says, these things happen every day in our lives. And whether we believe it or not, these things are happening. And so we want to discuss them and would love to get your feedback as to what are your thoughts. So I have a number of topics because it is the hot topics. So I have a number of topics that I'm going to be talking about this evening. I'll drop a little bit of politics in there as usual, but I also have this one topic that I have to talk about because it is the one that I prepared and was yeah, the one that I prepared and was literally
guys wanna watch
I have in the queue right now to talk about. Yeah, I have this one in the queue. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me just pull up the topic and you will see, if those of you who were listening into Lady D's show, you'll see how similar the topics are. Yeah, you'll see how similar the topics are. So let me get to this one here and I will be right back with you.
Let me tell you.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a question for you. I just left our daughter's house, your daughter's house, and she's graduating, and she was telling me that she wanted, I guess her biological father just came back into her life or whatever the case after 17 years, and she wanted him to come to the graduation, but in order for that to happen, I have to give up my ticket, and she told me that you knew something about this.
Yeah, I didn't know something about it.
And
Is that a problem?
You don't think it's a problem? Like after 17
No.
years? Like you don't
First of all,
think
I
that's
don't
a
think-
problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because if she want her daddy back in her life, put her daddy back in her life.
So you want
Although
me
we
so after 17 years, this dude come around, look, he can be there. But
But that's your dad-
y'all want me to give up my ticket to let him come. Don't I pay for that entire graduation? I got her first
You should
trip.
respect. Okay, and we appreciate everything that you did. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be her daddy, and she wants her daddy to come back in her life. I don't see anything wrong with
Man,
that.
y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me
Honestly?
so what's up with you and him? Y'all back together or something? Because it has to be something to it. Because ain't no
It
man
don't make a difference.
after 17 years, ain't no man just gonna pop back up and I want to be at your graduation now. Ain't no man do it. And what type of man is he?
What you mean? What type of man is he?
Listen,
He's trying to come back in his daughter's life.
Listen, any type of man.
I don't see
that's
nothing wrong with that.
But y'all in cahoots with trying to get me to give up my ticket that I paid for.
Ain't nobody. Come on now, ain't nobody in cahoots. It's just that she want her daddy to see her daddy graduate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you brought it to her. She told me you brought it to her. You brought it. You convinced her to do that.
Because we trying to build a family. We trying to build a family.
After 17
We trying to build a family.
After 17
years. Yeah, after 17 years. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Man, y'all trifling as hell, man. Straight up. You know
How
what?
we trifling?
This is what I'm going to do. Just like I told her, that apartment that I just got for her, I just went and pulled
Now, see, Dad,
I
you
pulled
wrong.
the lease
You wrong
off.
for that.
I pulled the lease off of it. That graduation that I
Wow.
paid for, I'm finna go take all my money back. Matter of fact, I'm on my way there right now.
Now,
I'm
that's
taking
wrong. Now, that's
it ain't
trifling.
wrong.
That's
so,
trifling.
so after
Is it- you're
after
trifling.
17 years, y'all kicked me to the curb.
Man,
and
come on.
that ain't trifling.
So
But,
now
but
you
I'm
gonna
just
give your daughter
supposed,
like that
I'm
now?
just
So
supposed to
now
give up
you
my
want-
money. I'm supposed to give up my money.
Okay.
I took care of this girl for 17 years. Saw her through all her school. Was at
So-
all her little milestones. I was the man there.
You don't think she appreciate that?
I mean, the damn show don't
She
feel like
appreciate
it.
everything you do, but so now you're gonna do that to her?
I'm taking all
You
my
just gonna
shit.
take everything from her?
I am.
You know that, and that's what you call trifling.
I am. Hey,
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna stop it right there. You get the gist of what is happening there. You hear the debate back and forth, he was in the child's life. He is the stepdaddy. And the dad now comes back, which this thing, it happens a lot, right? It happens a lot where the biological father just do not step up to the plate. And because the man who falls in love with the mother, he loves the mother, he now ends up taking care of the child. However, when time comes for celebration, like in Lady D's case, it was marriage, or in this case, it's what do you call it? It's graduation. A lot of times, the stepfather gets thrown to the curb. You understand what I'm saying? So it is interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a discussion on this. I'm going to throw a little bit of music in there, and then we're going to come back. We're going to come back in a moment. So stand by. All right? Stand by.
Cry not for me.
You know me. Wanna know me as the hold its king. You know, the hold its king. So it's pure hold its. But anyway, I am back, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to apologize to the Linkage Radio crew. Let me start. Let me go back, because I don't think we were connected to the Linkage Radio network. So let me introduce the program once again from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Chris Wilby, as you know, all right? So here is the scenario, though. For the Linkage Radio Massive, everybody else get the gist. But I'm going to have to replay the whole thing for the Linkage Radio Massive, because they're just joining, right? We're just getting connected back to the Linkage Radio Massive. As I was saying to the other listeners, great minds think alike. So Lady D is listening into Lady D's show, realizing that hey, we have almost the same topic featured. So this young man here in my scenario is calling is I don't know if his wife or baby mother, fiance, or whatever it is. He said that he raised his stepdaughter for 17 years. Now she's graduating, and the daddy is now coming back into the life. So I'm gonna play the clip for you, and we're gonna pull up also Lady D's thing in a moment and intertwine both of them. All right. So listen to this.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a question for you. I just left our daughter's house, your daughter's house, and you know she's graduating, and she was telling me that she wanted, I guess her biological father just came back into her life or whatever the case after 17 years, and she wanted him to come to the graduation, but in order for that to happen, I have to give up my ticket, and she told me that you knew something about this.
Yeah, I didn't know something about it.
And
Is
so,
that a problem?
you don't think it's a problem? Like after 17
No.
years? Like you don't
First of all,
think
I
that's
don't
a
think-
problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because if she want her daddy back in her life, put her daddy back in her life.
So you
Our
want
dad
me?
be
So after 17 years, this dude come around. Look, he can be there, but
But that's her dad-
y'all want me to give up my ticket to let him come? Don't I paid for that entire graduation?
No, listen,
I got her first
you should
trip.
respect. Okay, and we appreciate everything that you did. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be her daddy, and she wants her daddy to come back in her life. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me
I mean, honestly-
So what's up with you and him? Y'all back together or something? Because it has to be something to it. Because ain't no
It
man
doesn't make a difference.
after 17 years, ain't no man just gonna pop back up and I want to be at your graduation now. Ain't no man do it. And what type of man is he?
What you mean? What type of man is he?
Listen,
He's trying to come back in his daughter's life.
Listen, any type of man.
I don't see
that's
nothing wrong with that.
But y'all in cahoots with trying to get me to give up my ticket that I paid for.
Ain't nobody. Come on now, ain't nobody in cahoots. It's just that she want her daddy to see her daddy graduate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you brought it to her. She told me you brought it to her. You brought it. You convinced her to do that.
Because we trying to build a family. We trying to build a family.
After 17
We trying to
years.
build a family.
After 17
years. Yeah, after 17 years. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Man, y'all trifling as hell, man. Straight up. You know
How are
what?
we trifling?
This is what I'm gonna do. Just like I told her, that apartment that I just got for her, I just went and pulled.
Now, see, Dad,
I
you
pulled
wrong.
the lease
You wrong
off.
for that.
I pulled the lease off of it. That graduation that I
Wow.
paid for, I'm finna go take all my money back. Matter of fact, I'm on my way
You
there
know-
right now.
Now,
I'm
that's
taking
wrong. Now, that's
it ain't
trifling.
wrong.
That's
so,
trifling.
so after
It's-
seven, so
you're
after
trifling.
17 years, y'all kicked me to the curb.
Man,
and that
come on.
ain't trifling.
So there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. After 17 years, he's saying that they are now kicking him to the curb for the dad, for the biological dad. What's your take? Do you believe that? So I was watching Lady D. I was watching Lady D earlier, and Lady D was she coined hers. Who should she choose? And I suspect it would apply in the same situation. Who should she choose? The man who raised her or the man who made her? I could use the exact same theme for this situation. The only difference is one is a wedding and one is a graduation. These things happen so many times. It's trust me, you wouldn't believe how many times, how often these things happen in real life, and people have to struggle with what to do, how to deal with the situation, because it can cause all kinds of problems. It can cause, because let's talk about the stepfather for a moment, because I heard the discussion on Lady D's program where they were talking about the the father coming back into the picture, and people forgiving and allowing people to to come back and play their role and whatever. But what I did not hear much about, I did hear Lady D mention it, is the father, the stepfather who poured into this child, poured everything into this child. Without the stepfather, this child probably would not have succeeded. So the stepfather, the biological father, planted the seed and left. And the stepfather nurtured that child, poured everything into that child for his or her development. Sometimes the bond is there. Sometimes the child even end up calling the stepfather daddy. And then when time for the celebration, the stepfather is pushed aside. And the dad is the one now who is reaping all the benefits, so to speak. So the stepfather was there toiling and doing all the necessary things that the father should have done. And and if it is not handled properly, it can cause damage, not only to the family, but even to the extended family, brothers and sisters and, aunts and uncles and cousins and whatever, it can cause a ripple effect and psychologically, because if you think about the mother, if the mother decides that, hey, listen, no, say for example, it's the daughter who wants the father back in the life, because sometimes that is what happens. The daughter will be yearning for the dad to be in her life, or the son, whatever, to be in their life. So they will do anything to get the attention of that parent. Now, if the parent, the custodial parent, if the parent is there, the biological parent who is in the home, if that parent decides to shun and say, no, I don't want him, it can cause a problem between the daughter, you know what I mean, and that parent. So, I tell you, I don't know. These things, it's not cut and dry. It's not cut and dry. But I love to hear from you. Let me just play Lady D for a moment here. Lady D, may I borrow your thing?
That there was a theme going on there. Yes. And it simply means that, there are two people involved, and not only are, three people involved.
There you go.
And not only that, but it's getting a little messy in this whole thing.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it this evening, because maybe you know of situations similar to what we are featuring here on Voices with Lady D. Our thumbnail, if you notice, says blood or loyalty. But of course, we really are asking you the question this evening: who should she choose, the man who raised her or the man who made her? So welcome to the feature this evening, everybody, because...
Yeah. I just love how Lady D coined it. Who should she choose, the man who raised her or the man who made her? Yeah. So you can give me a call if you want to participate, if you want to let me know what you think. 508-762-7621, the WhatsApp line. 508 762-7621. WhatsApp line. All right. 508-762-7621. WhatsApp if you want to participate. It's a very, very dicey subject, dicey topic. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you and pretend as if I have the answers. You know, I think it is unfair to kick the stepfather to the side because he was there throughout all these years. And that is going to hurt him to the core. That is going to tear him up, especially if he loves that child and care about that child. To see the father coming back into the picture and just like, it's almost just taking over as if he had never left. You know? And I don't think that sometimes people think about how unfair it is to step parents, whether it be stepmother or stepfather in this situation. They were there when the other party wasn't. And I can understand that, yeah, the father is the father and blood. Some people say blood thicker than water. I mean, I really do believe that still. But I saw them say blood thicker than water in this situation. I mean, I think so. Because the father, the only thing that the father has is the biological connection. If the father deserted the child, I'm not talking about parents breaking up and and one parent is living here and one parent is living there, but the person still keep in touch and, you know, they are a part of the life of the child, and the stepfather comes in and whatnot. That is a completely different situation. I'm talking about where the deadbeat, because that's what it sounds like, the deadbeat father, yeah, deadbeat father, just decide to come back and they're accepting him. They're accepting him. Boy, I don't know. I would have to go dig a hole and just bury myself in it, because the way your mother shame, you know, she would have killed me. And you hear how the woman is nonchalantly just dismissing the young man. Nonchalantly, just dismissing him. You know, that, hey, so what? Father want to come back in the life, so, yeah, father go come back. Father is father. Where you talk about? So I don't know. 508-762-7621 if you want to participate. Now, I also have a couple of other topics that I want to talk about in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen. And one of them, it is Jamaica. Right? We always have to talk about Jamaica, not true? Yeah, man, we always have to talk about Jamaica. Jamaica has a very laid-back attitude, right? Jamaica, we all know that Jamaicans are laid-back. But I'm asking the question this evening, do you believe that our laid-back attitude is costing production? It's costing us not to prosper. It's hindering prosperity, production in Jamaica? Do you believe that the laid back attitude, Jamaica is known for its laid back attitude. Everywhere we go, the laid back culture, you hear them say, yeah, man, no problem, man. That's what everybody associate us with. But I want to ask the question this evening. Do you believe it's time that somebody start to light a fire on the Jamaicans because we are too laid back and don't care? In other words, don't care. What people know say that it mean, don't care. Yeah, they don't care. Jamaicans have a don't care attitude. And the thing about this attitude, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have this don't care attitude mostly when we are in Jamaica. And we have this don't care attitude towards our fellow Jamaicans. You don't believe me? If you are a tourist and you go to Jamaica and you're staying in the resort, you are treated differently than when you get out of the resort and you go out into the real Jamaica. You're treated with respect. You're treated, everybody is hustling, everybody is polite, respectful for the most part. Customer service is on par. But once you leave the resort and you go outside of there, nobody no business with you. I mean, if you are white, they will treat you like prince and princess. But if you are a Jamaican, nobody no business with you. So, Jamaica's easygoing, no problem culture, as somebody would say, is one of our greatest charm as Jamaicans. But it can also be one of the biggest economic problems, one of the biggest economic downfall or constraints. And as Jamaicans, most of us, we love the laid back lifestyle. We celebrate it because it is a part of us and it is woven into the music, into the language, into the rhythm of everyday life. And people will tell you that from Bob Marley's philosophy of taking it easy. Gotta take it easy. Yeah, take it easy. To the global image of Jamaica as a place where time slows down. The brand is very, very powerful. But beneath the cultural identity lies a harder question of, is there a cost to the laid-back lifestyle that we have in Jamaica? Is there a cost? And I spoke about this recently, and I'm talking about it again. Is there a cost? Ladies and gentlemen, productivity doesn't thrive on just vibes. Yeah? It depends on consistency and punctuality, urgency, and accountability. And when lateness is normalized and when deadlines are treated as flexible suggestions, and when soon come becomes a default response rather than an exception to the rule, the cumulative effect is real. Business lose efficiency and investors lose confidence and opportunities quietly slip away. Now, stick up in there. I don't know. Let me share this experience with you, ladies and gentlemen. a couple of years ago, I was on my property. I was at my house in Westmoreland, and I went down to Jamaica and I was trying to put up some cameras on the house. I'd already sent down some cameras and had a guy install the cameras. But I needed more, right? I'd bought a set, sent down, put up a few. I think it was 3 or something, but I needed more around the property. So when I went down there, I had limited time, so I was trying to find people to see who I could get to put the cameras up. Somebody gave me a number. I called the guy. I had like a 3-day stay at the property. So boom, called the guy. I think it was like a Thursday. He said he would have come. Right? I was leaving on Saturday. We had a discussion. He was supposed to meet me. I think he was supposed to meet me on Friday. I can't remember the date, to be honest with you. But anyway, we were supposed to meet at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, we had planned. I called him. He said, yes, 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'll show up. Boom. Next morning, I got up, ready, everything, got a shower, everything, put myself together, put the place together, everything. Guy was coming to meet me, blah, 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 whatever. Guy never showed up at 11 o'clock. 11:15, he wasn't there. 11:30, he wasn't there. So I turned to my brethren that was there with me, and I said, I think he might go come. And I said, yeah, man, I'm going to come, man. 12 o'clock, he still wasn't there. I said, no, him not come. My brethren don't start get worried, because it looked like it's at the 1 hour mark. Jamaicans no see you come. Them start for I say maybe him not come again. Because before that he was like, yeah man, them a go come. 12:30. I think it was sometime after 12, maybe 12:30 or something like that. I called him. I said, hey, you're coming to do the thing. He said, yeah man, I come man. Dep on my way. He did not show up until 2 o'clock the day. 2 o'clock. And when he showed up, he did not apologize for being late. He did not say anything about, why he was coming. We had an agreement for him. We had a time that we should meet at 11 o'clock, and he did not show up until 2 o'clock. And when he walked in at 2 o'clock, he said to me, good afternoon. I am the guy that you spoke to on the phone about whatever. What can we? That was the conversation, and I was blown away. I'm like, hold on, it's so them people out of business. And I said to myself that if I had time, I would have just run away and just get somebody else to do it. But I never had the time, because I was supposed to leave, I think, the Saturday morning, and him show up Friday. So hey, I say, your boss man, you can't get the thing done. Yeah man, can't get it done. Went up on the house top, boom, 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 me look around and say, oh, but me not really have all of the tool them, I don't have this, I don't have that, so me have to go come back. I kid you that. Anyway, long story short, him show up later on about 5 o'clock, and he eventually got it done. Very beautiful work he did. Cameras are still up, cameras are fine, they're still showing, still working. Fantastic job. But I say all of that to say this, ladies and gentlemen. Jamaica have a very laid-back kind of attitude, right? They have a laid-back kind of attitude. Don't care. Do you believe that that is one of our downfall? Why is it something that you believe that is holding us back? Somebody would say, our Achilles heels. Do you believe that our strength is also our weakness? Something that, we display on a worldwide basis, and something that is loved by other countries and other cultures, do you believe that it is also our downfall? So, I don't know. I'd love to hear from you what you think about that. Yeah, let me check with the YouTube comments and see who is let me see who is on here. But Sister Pat, how you do? How you do? Good evening to you, man. Good evening. And the voices with Lady D. DJ Chef said, Chris, your studio look good. Big up every time. Yes, man. Big up to your DJ Chef. We'll bring you in a studio one night time in a DJ Chef. Yeah, man. For real. And Sister Cherry and Green. Good evening to you. Long time no see you. Pleasant good evening, KVR and family. Hello, Mr. Vibes Master on the job, but I'm tuning in. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Sister Cherry. Yeah, we know you always are tuning in when you get a chance. Big up yourself, man. Happy to see you. So yeah, man. What do you think is do you think that we have a problem where that is concerned? Yeah, 508-762-762 on the WhatsApp line, and for the main topic there, coining it like Lady D, who should she choose, the man who raised her or the man who made her? Why? I don't know. Want to think. Who should she choose? The man who made her or the man who raised her? It's a very difficult situation there. Yeah. All right. We also have another thing that I'm going to talk about. Let me go to that one there. I bring it up. Angela Brownburg was suspended from Parliament for some behavior in Parliament. Yeah. And I'm going to play a clip for you, and then we are going to discuss it, because I learned some things recently that I did not know. Talk about the mace. Yeah, who knew anything about mace? I never knew anything about mace until this week. I hear them talking about the mace, and I had to do a quick research to find out what is the mace and the importance of the mace, and all that good stuff. So listen. There was a tense exchange in the Parliament recently.
Amendment being suggested. That's what I got from her statement. So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause,
I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, they...
All right. It seems as if I have the wrong insert there. That is... Let me see if I can find...
Angelo Brownburg.
Okay, here's the right
member
one.
from St. Andrew Southwestern. I am asking that you appreciate that you have been named by the chair in committee, and you are named by the Speaker of the House for disorderly conduct. Marshall, go for her.
Yeah, so that happened in the House recently because Angela Brownburg went and touched the mace. Now, as I said before, I never knew anything about mace before now. But I learned what the mace is. And according to the Westminster style government, you cannot touch the mace Once the parliament is in, let me read something that I found out recently, because I see a lot of people debating and talking about it is a relic of the colonial past and we should get rid of it. Even if that was the case, it is irrelevant. The fact is that these are the rules. These are the rules. And Angela Brownberg, she knew the rules and she decided to break the rules. And these are the people who are running the country and breaking rules just like and expect that our children are not going to break the rules in schools. If you are just blatantly breaking the rule in Parliament, it is a rule. You know it is a rule. And you decide to break it. And people outside of Parliament are upholding the slackness. Now, the mace is an ornamented staff used in Jamaican parliamentary ceremonies and sessions. It represents the monarch's authority over such proceedings. It was once used as a weapon in medieval times by foot soldiers. It is present at every session of Parliament. And it is, as Parliament is not properly constituted without its presence in the room. The mace at Gordon House, the home of Jamaica's Parliament, is made of silver and is 5 feet 6 inches long. It was ordered by the House of Assembly in 1786 and arrived the following year. At the start of each sitting of Parliament, the mace is carried in by the Marshal ahead of the entry of the presiding officer, the Speaker of the House, or the President of the Senate. The mace is placed on the table of the House, where it remains until it is removed at the end of each session by the Marshal. The mace, however, must be placed under the table when the entire House meets as a committee to examine a bill in its second stage of review. In this instance, the presiding officer is functioning as a chairman. Now listen to this. The removal of the mace by any person other than the Marshal is viewed as a sign of disrespect and contempt of Parliament. Yeah. The removal of the mace. Now you know what the mace is. And you now know that the removal of the mace is considered to be disrespectful and a contempt of Parliament. Angela Brownberg, during a sitting of Parliament, got up out of her seat. Now this is a doctor. She Dr. Angela Brownberg. She got up out of her seat. And I'm going to show you
at the start of the
video
sittings of Jamaica's Parliament.
I'm going to show you the video. Not going to give you any volume here of, let me see if I can pull that up, of Dr. Angela Brownberg getting up out of her seat to go and pick up the mace. Here's the video. There is Dr. Brownberg right there, getting up out of her seat, running across, picking up the mace. Look at that. Picking it up and putting it back down. She got up. Let me play that again for you. Dr. Angela Brownberg, there she is, getting up out of her seat. Getting up out of her seat. Running, do a little jig across the floor, pick up the mace during a sitting of Parliament. Damian Crawford making exit fast. Because him no want to be a part of that. He make sure saying get up out of him seat and move away from it. Because he knew what was going to come after. There she is. And now going back to her seat. She left where she was sitting and went and caused trouble. And I hear a lot of Jamaicans, and this is why I say the partisanship is killing Jamaica. The partisanship is killing Jamaica, literally. Because we cannot see something that is wrong if it is done by our party. We cannot condemn something that is wrong if our party, if a member from our party did it. That's what's killing us. Now, Angela Brownberg came out later and she made a statement. I am not going to say that she apologized because I don't think it's an apology. But she said something recently, and I'm going to play that clip for you. For the people who were defending Dr. Angela Brownberg, here is what she is saying. She's now saying
that my actions on Tuesday did not accord with acceptable parliamentary procedure. I also acknowledge under the circumstances that the decision of the House is in keeping with the standing orders. Having said that, however, it arose in the context of a heated discussion that we were having around a critical piece of legislation and our attempts to be heard under the circumstances. And I think context matters while we uphold the rules of the House. At the same time, I would not want that to distract unduly from the important points that we were making about the lack of transparency and accountability, the kind of unfettered powers that we saw with NARA, because it's trillions of dollars we're talking about. That is a debt to be borne by us and our children and grandchildren, and we want to make sure that we are doing it right and that we're putting in the safeguards that are required.
That was Angela Brownberg. Now, I don't see any apology. She acknowledged that it wasn't in keeping with parliamentary procedures. But nowhere in that statement did I hear an apology. And I see a lot of people on social media who are actually thanking her for the apology. And I'm like, okay, where are they hearing something that I did not hear? Because nowhere in that statement did she apologize for her actions. She admit that it was not in keeping with parliamentary procedures. That's as close as possible to an apology as it came. According to Dr. Angela Brownberg, it was not in keeping with
I start by
parliamentary.
accepting that my actions on Tuesday did not accord with acceptable parliamentary procedure.
Right? That's it. Did not accord with parliamentary procedures. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we try to mix it up, and I don't know me at the oldest king, so let me see if I can drop some music. If 508-762-7621, the WhatsApp line. Call me if you have any participation. All right.
anything too high. I think she wants a clown, someone to take for a ride. I'm telling her that I'm too experienced to be taken for a stroll. I'm too experienced for someone to rock and roll. Too experienced to be taken for a ride. I know it's not my foolish pride. She hates the sight of me because I turn her off or down. She's always saying we were meant to be. Somehow she thought I'd be her clown. This is what I said, that I'm too experienced to be taken for a stroll. Too experienced for someone to rock and roll. Too experienced to be taken for a ride. I know it's not my foolish pride.
Jean's mother said that I should leave her alone. But how can I do that when I want her in my home? I've watched her change from toys to boys, and now she is my size. So how could I forget her now when she can share my life? Mommy, I love your daughter. No gesturing, no one can make me leave her. It's no gesturing, so you can tell her anything you want, but I'll never let her out of my sight. Tell her how much I'm not her type, but one day she's gonna be my wife. Mommy, I love your daughter. No gesturing, no one can make me leave her. It's no gesturing. I should wait until you're 21. But she just don't understand that I'm a very impatient man. I won't let the horse run away before I go to close the gate. I don't believe in promises, cause promises can fool my belief. Mommy, I love your daughter. No gesturing, no one can make me leave her. There's no gesturing now. No. Now you can tell her anything you want, but I'll never let her out of my sight. Tell her how much I'm not her type, but one day she's gonna be my wife. Mommy, I love your daughter. No gesturing, no one can make me leave her. There's no gesturing. I said, Mommy, I love your daughter.
Why when the sun stops shining, it brings the cloud? And why when the clouds send lightning, it reaches the ground? It's like my heart on fire for you. Little girl, you are mine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. This is indeed the Hot Topics. My name is Chris Wilby. Now, let me continue a little bit here. Apka Fitzenley, he came out very, very strongly earlier, and he denounced the actions of Dr. Angela Brownberg. And he is now back criticizing her for her non-apology. Now, it's funny, I just got this this insert here. I just got it. And this is exactly what I was saying earlier, that I personally did not hear an apology. And Apka Fitzenley is echoing my sentiments. Here is Apka Fitzenley. He is the spokesperson for the Jamaica Labour Party.
I suspect that Mrs. Brownberg was compelled into accepting that she was wrong by the continued public backlash that she's facing. But her behavior on Tuesday is indicative of a continuation of misconduct and an unserious approach by the PNP and its members to treating with the business of the people of Jamaica. They really should do better. Angela Brownberg's acceptance that she blundered is not good enough in the absence of an apology for bringing the Parliament into disrepute and delaying debate on an important bill which is intended to bring assistance quickly to the people of Jamaica who have been badly impacted by Hurricane Melissa. Brownberg should apologize to the Speaker and the Parliament. And I tell you what, members of the PNP, including their leader, who stood when the Marshal was directed to do his duties, they have some accounting to do as well. And I have a
Yeah. So that was Apka Fitzenley. He's saying that the apology from Dr. Brownberg is, well, it's missing. And she should apologize not only to the public, but she should also apologize to the speaker and the host. And this was Apka Fitzenley earlier this week when the incident just happened.
The conduct of Angela Brownberg in interfering with the mace was most disappointing, unfortunate, and disgraceful. And what makes matters worse is that Brownberg attempted to disrupt the sitting of the Parliament which was meeting to consider the very important matter of a piece of draft legislation which is intended to assist Jamaicans to recover stronger and build back communities in the aftermath of the devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa. What was particularly disturbing as well was the behavior of Brownberg's colleagues who appear to support her impudent and unacceptable conduct. But Jamaicans who have been observing how the PNP has practiced its politics under the leadership of Mark Golding should not be surprised. Clearly, they are tolerant of disorder and indiscipline and are prepared to resort to underhanded tactics in order to fetter policies and draft legislation which are in the best interest of Jamaica.
Yeah, that was Apco Fitzenley, the communication task force chairman for the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, a lot of people are defending the action of Angela Brownberg. You can love your party, and condemn wrongful behavior at the same time, The two can be true. You can love your party. You can support your party, but also condemn bad behavior by members within your party. It's not that difficult, Bad behavior is bad behavior. And I don't understand how people just can't. It's amazing how people will excuse bad behavior when it comes to politics. It doesn't matter what some politicians do. They will always have support of some people. And that is why some politicians behave badly. Them attitude stinks. Them work ethic sucks. Them behavior sucks. Everything about them sucks. But you still have thousands of people go vote for them when election day same way. Because it's my party. So me have to support my party. And if it's a rat, them put up there. Hello, good evening. You're live on the radio.
A pleasant good evening to you, Chris.
Sister Patricia, how are you doing, my friend?
I am truly blessed.
Blessed and highly favored.
Boy, oh yes. I don't know why they always have to get under your skin. They always have to ruffle my brother's feathers.
I tell you. They don't know if behave themselves, man.
No. And when people don't have no filter, when they are just out of character, I mean, they will just display their true identity. For a minute there, that woman who displayed herself in Parliament reminds me of what we have to encounter in our country, in our Congress. I mean, it's no different. It's just a shame. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I did not know that the mace carries such a significant meaning.
Me tell you.
And I'm sure all members of Parliament are aware. So if they're aware, what would propel this woman to, get up from her seat blatantly, go pick up the mace, put it back down and walk back to her seat? What was the significance
Childish
of doing
behavior, but childish behavior.
Oh, wow.
Just
Okay.
childish behavior. Because
Okay.
and she knew that once she did that, it would have disrupted Parliament because
Okay.
yeah, it is a mark of disrespect.
So she had a hidden
So
agenda.
yeah, oh yeah. Because what happened, they were
Okay.
discussing this bill, and the government was about to pass the bill, and she wanted to slow the government down.
Oh, okay. That was
So
her agenda.
that was the
Mm-hmm.
agenda. So it was deliberate. It wasn't. Yeah, it
Okay.
was deliberate. I mean, you
Okay.
remember, she not just pass and touch it.
She picked it
She
up.
got
She
up out of
picked
her
it up and she
seat,
held it
run
and she held it
towards
there
it.
for a minute
Exactly. Pick it up and then put
and
it
then
back
put it
down.
down.
And started arguing about, And the thing that I find interesting is that her colleagues were defending her. Her colleagues, when the Speaker of the House said, hey, listen, we want to get you out of here, because that's bad behavior. Her colleagues were defending her.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to show that in politics, people will defend you as long as you are in their
Complicit.
camp.
When you're complicit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're supporting them, and it's the same thing here. That's why you have certain people getting millions of votes irrespective of their behavior. Because it's just politics, and people are just blind when it comes to politics, and I can't fathom it, because I am not going to support anybody blindly. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
No. Well, we shouldn't. But we have gotten to a state now, Chris, there are no checks and balances anymore, whether in the United States or we see in other countries, except for in Africa. Some places, some of those countries in Africa, because Africa is a continent with over 50 different countries. So, we should have checks and balances. The United States was number one in seeking, to have accountability and have transparency. But now, oh boy, lies are truth and truth are lies, and the disrespect they want you to accept.
Yeah,
Sad.
it's a very sad state we're in right now. As a world, it's and the people who are supposed to be setting examples are not setting example, because when you do that as a leader in parliament, how can you now go tell the picnic them with our school, so they must be a teacher and obey the rules?
But now we can see, I'm glad you hit on that point. Now we can see clearly why some of the kids are so disrespectful in school, in the classroom. Yes, because of how they see the adults display themselves. They're not setting the right example, not setting the right tone. So how are you going to discipline these children?
Yeah, it's a terrible the example that Angela Brownberg, she's a senior member of the People's National Party. This is not a junior member, somebody who just come. She's a senior member.
But
of
it goes
the
to
party.
show that she had no intention of obeying the protocol of Parliament. She was there. She had a hidden agenda, and it was to disrupt. And she did just that. She did manage to disrupt.
Yeah, she disrupted the Parliament for a few minutes. But the thing that I'm not getting past, you see, is how dumb the electorate is, the people in the country on a whole who are defending this, talking about the monarch and it's long time them for dash with them symbol there and out of the house and whatever. If that is the case, if that is the case, what I'm saying is that, okay, this is the rule right now. So vote to get rid of the monarch and all the stupid rules, if that is what you are saying. But if I can remember clearly, the Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party wanted in the last Parliament to get rid of the Queen as head of state. and Mark Golding and the People's National Party opposed it tooth and nail. They fought to not have the constitutional reform, and it ended in a stalemate. And we did not have a constitutional reform based on Mark Golding. What Mark Golding said in a nutshell was that we want you to do everything all at once or nothing at all.
Okay.
The Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party was saying, look, we are going to, let's take it, agree upon whatever we can agree upon, and then we revisit the rest of it later. Mark Golding said no, because he wanted the final court of appeal to be the Caribbean Court of Justice. And the Prime Minister was saying, okay, maybe that is so, but let's not talk about that part. No. Let us get the rest of it done and into law, and then maybe later on we can revisit the final court of appeal. But for now, let's keep the Privy Council as the final court of appeal. I think that was the sticking point, and that was the only thing. And Mark Golding said, no, we want everything or nothing at all, and we ended up with nothing.
Oh, wow. End up with nothing.
And so now these are the same people who are now saying that we need to get rid of the symbols out. You can't have your cake and eat it.
No.
Matter of fact.
Sound as if the country is running on a unilateral basis and not bilateral.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And the system cannot work like that. No way. You have to be working for the people and by the people. But, may God help them. Yes.
I heard you.
Topic,
I was going there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hot topic this evening. It's a little different from Lady D's. At least there is a resolution to be taken place. And the Lady D's topic. This topic, there also should have been a resolution, but we can see the mother. She's not willing to be bipartisan. Now, if the stepdad already allocated his ticket, he got his ticket to go to the graduation, right? I don't think he should give up his ticket to accommodate the father. If they wanted the father to be there, they should have gotten a ticket for the father. Now this year is gonna cause a real family feud.
Oh yeah.
And the mother, yes, the mother seems to be the orchestrator. Seems as if she's the one orchestrating this. Maybe her child, I'm not sure if it's a daughter or a son.
Yes, a daughter.
Is not the orchestrator of this. So the mother is very adamant. She's very crude. Harsh. She's very mean. She doesn't have, a sympathetic bone in her.
Yeah.
And it's just
Can you
so
imagine?
sad.
This guy took care of them for 17 years. He was taking care of this child.
In the stepdad, did you hear what he said? He paid for an apartment. He got an apartment for her that he paid. He also paid for the food and whatever.
He did everything
and
for the
because of the
graduation.
way they treat him,
he's taking back his
got to
money.
withdraw and demand his money back. That's the anger in him. And I don't blame him for being angry. I would be angry myself, based on the fact that after he did all of that, in other words, they use him. They use him to finance.
Sister Pat, we have a lot of that in society, unfortunately.
Yes.
We have a lot of that and that is why nowadays a lot of men not stepping up again to be not stepping up. Yeah, a lot of men now they're not taking up the single women with the children anymore because there are what is in it for them? They're thinking about that. What is in this thing for me? There is no. It's a very unthankful job, Step parents,
I know, but you see, when there is caring, when there is bilateral agreement, we see right now the mother didn't mention anything about her daughter. It's all about she, the mother.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what she, the mother, wants. It's not what's good for the child. Did she get the child's perspective? Did she get how she feels? Does she get what she wants? Can I have both of them? Seeing that the stepdad already got his ticket, why should he rescind this ticket and the mother? The mother should rescind her ticket and give it to the father if that's what she so desires. I would not, as the stepdad, I would not give up my ticket. I would not give up that ticket.
But if they don't
No.
want you there, I mean, like,
No, it's not that they don't want him there. Listen, when he goes there, who is going to tell him he can't be there? Who is going to tell him that he cannot be there? He don't have to sit with them. He already has a ticket. The person who doesn't have a ticket will not be entering the graduation grounds, campus, room, whatever it is. The man who got a ticket, he has all right to be there. The one who don't have a ticket, he gonna have to find a way how he gonna get a ticket. And first of all, we know when it's graduation. I know for high school and for college, I think they give possibly about three, maybe 4 tickets. It depends. Parents, probably grandparents.
Yeah, they always have a limited amount that they give to each person.
They're very limited. It's either 2 to possibly 4 tickets.
Yeah, I think it's about 4.
So if he's the stepfather and he already has his ticket, he need to hold on to his ticket. I would not give my ticket up. Nope. I would still go to that graduation, whether they like it, yes or no, and find me a seat and call it a day. He already put his best foot forward. He paid the money to get the apartment, and he probably need to sit and have a talk with that young lady to find out, is she going away to school? Do you have all the details? If she's going away to school and he pays for the dorm,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it something that he will be paying on a continuation?
I don't know.
Or is it just for this one time?
Not sure at all.
You see, so there are things.
But he's withdrawing everything now because him done.
But that's what I'm saying, and all because of anger.
And you know what? The funny thing is that the stepfather, the father may not even want to do anything more after that, because sometimes all the fathers want to do, is to come and insert themselves into daughter, So after this graduation, he may not want to do anything else.
Yeah, well, like I says, I believe firmly that a discussion should be had with the father, the stepfather. Leave the mother out of it. Father, stepfather, and the daughter. And whatever decision the daughter makes, her mother must go along with it. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a resolution to the problem. You have to come up with some form of resolution.
Wow.
Tell you.
Interesting.
I don't know why as creatures we have to be so harsh. There should not be a problem when situations can be easily resolved.
Yeah.
Why make a mountain out of a molehill?
The thing that I keep, thinking about, why these men leave and then they try to come back and cause problems later on. They have no conscience.
But you know what? you know what, Chris, I understand your questioning. And me as a woman, I know I was put in a situation wherein my ex-husband, before we got divorced,
Mm-hmm.
we went our separate ways, and he did not, you know, uh, pay the children any mind until when one of our sons passed away. That's the first time I saw him in many, many years.
Mm.
But I had to humble myself, and eat crow in order to have peace.
Mm.
And yes, we know that he was a good father in the very beginning. Very, very good father. Helped to take care of the kids and whatever. But I don't know what jumped up in his head, and he decided that he was going to try to whip me around, domestic violence. So as a result of that, he had to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see, as women, we hold the handle. We turn the blade where we want to.
Yeah.
Some women, because of anger,
Mm-hmm.
they keep that anger, and they never forgive.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have to think about
The
the
children.
child.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What is good for the child?
Mm.
What does the child need?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to take a step back? Do I have to allow this child to grow? Because, in a sense like that, you're teaching the child how to forgive, how to be humble, how to not carry grudges that will lead to some problems later on in life.
Yeah.
Because we know that most girls, they emulate their father. They usually find a man who is exemplifies their father. If their father is a tall man, they're gonna go for a tall man, not a short man.
Mm.
If their father is a working man, they will find a man who works, who loves to work, and who will take care of his family.
Mm.
So the mother should just leave well enough alone, because it's a possibility she might be feeding her daughter, a lot of negatives. Oh, that no good man, don't you see him no good? And he up and he leave, and he just pack up her head a whole lot of whatever.
Yeah.
And so now this poor child, she's now experiencing anger and don't know where to turn. Maybe she wouldn't like to have a sit down and talk with her father and ask him what happened. Why did you go? Is it the reason? The mother could be the reason. We don't know.
Mm.
There has to be a
And
reason,
sometimes
and
the
it has to
child.
be resolved.
Mm. Sometimes the
Yeah.
children, the fathers are great when they are with the mother, but the minute
Mhm.
they break up, they
Mhm.
don't want to have nothing to do with the picnic them. So they take it out
Yes.
on the parents, and sometimes it's the other way around. As you say, the mother is bitter,
Yes.
and so the mother poison the child's mind
Child's mind.
against the
Yes.
father. And sometimes
Mhm.
the father try to reach out many, many times.
That's
And after
right.
a while, they just decide that, you know what,
They
I'm
give
just going
up.
to leave it
They give
alone.
up.
And then they
Yeah,
tell the child that the father is worthless and the
no
father
good,
is no good and the
worthless.
father is this and the father is that.
Yes,
When in truth and in fact, it is not true.
yes.
Mm, yeah, it's.
I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
and once in a while on my feed, certain stores will pop up, in the paternity court.
Mm.
I observe them a couple a couple of times, and I see one incident where the mother broke up with the father, and she moved away, and the man was never in the child's life
Mm.
until much, much later on. She decided to take the man to court. How she found him, I don't know. And so we see these are situations, and these are real life situations. These are no fiction of our imagination. But we have to be careful. You know, we're trying to lead exemplary lives, and the children that we are teaching, they are looking to us because they have questions, and we provide the answers. Sometimes we don't even have the answers to give them, but at least we can lead them down that path, that they can look within themselves and realize that they're a good person. They don't have to be as bad as the mother may have indicated to them that you're no good, papa, or you're bad mother.
I tell you, it takes a
Yes.
lot out of people doing as human beings. When people are hurt, they
Yes.
lash out, and sometimes the easiest thing to do is to manipulate the child, because you feel like
Yes.
if you manipulate the child and the child get to hate that parent, then it would have been worth it in your opinion, because
Yes.
you tell them.
Worth
I've
in your
seen
favor.
situations, Sister Pat, where
Yes.
people, mother tell the pitney them, it's if you ever talk to, if me catch you a talk to him, me done with you, So now you have the parent who is taking care of the child,
Yes.
telling the child not to talk to the father. Matter of fact, I will go a little bit further. I know of a case right here in Massachusetts, where the father is the custodial parent, and the mother, they broke up, and the mother tried on many occasions to get in touch with the children. And the father threatened them and tell them, say, listen, I will take away your phone. If I find out say you're talking to your mother, I'm going to take away the phone. And I keep saying, oh, is that right? I mean, I understand that you're not together anymore, but this is their mother. And you are telling them not to have a relationship with the mother at all, not even to talk to her on the phone. You're hurting the child and you don't even know.
Chris, it's very rare in child custody hearings that the paternal father end up being the custodial parent. Very, very rare.
Yeah, it's very rare.
No matter how bad the mother is, the courts always
That's true.
allow the mother to be the custodial, caregiver for the child.
Yes.
And there has to be stipulations in cases like those, Why should you put a block on the child who wants to get in touch with his or her mother? After all, that's her mother. Yes, you're providing the child with the material things, the phone and, roof over your head and whatever. But that child is longing for the maternal love.
Yes.
Maybe the father has a woman that the children or the child or the children cannot really communicate with, cannot interact with. So that is actually forcing the child now to accept this individual as their mother. That's not right. Now, what that child, I could give you the advice, what that child needs to do when they go to school, get the guidance counselor and let the guidance counselor know, I really need to speak to my mother, but my father has threatened me and given me specific instruction. But believe you me, and the counselor is supposed to report this. The counselor is supposed to report this. No child should be denied access to their speaking to their mother. No matter how bad the mother is, she could be a murderer. That's the child's mother.
And that's the right of the child.
And it's the right of the child. The child needs to know both parents. It takes two to tangle, not one. And it's just so sad, that parents will use the children as pawn, as checkmates, to get back at one another. It's not good. It's not right.
Yeah.
But
thank you, Sister Pat.
You're quite welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to I'm going to play a clip here. You see, remember in the bill that just passed, NARA, Marlene Malahoo Fort came out against it in its initial stages. Now, when the votes started in the House, when it was time to vote on the bill, because Marlene Malahoo Fort did not support the bill, she voted no for the bill to pass. And I want to play this clip for you. And I don't know what happened. I think they pressure her for change her vote. But listen to this. Marlene Malahoo Fort, remember that Marlene Malahoo Fort is a member of the governing JLP, but she broke ranks with her party and said that she did not support the bill in its current form. And the Jamaica Labour Party, with their insular self, did not make much changes. I don't even know if they made any changes to the bill. They voted to pass the bill in the current state. And Marlene wasn't happy because she came out on the floor and she made a few she itemized a few areas where she would love to see changes. She made some recommendations and they decided not to act on any of them. So when it was time for her to vote, when everybody was voting, listen to what happened. I want you to listen carefully.
This is Malahoo Fort.
Miss Marlene Malahoo Fort.
Mrs. Malahoo Fort.
I'm saying the proposal.
So I want you to listen what is happening here so that you get it for yourself, you know. She did not want to vote for this bill. She absolutely, nobody can convince me otherwise. She absolutely did not want to vote for this bill. She did not originally vote for the bill, but somewhere somebody forced her to change her mind for vote for the bill. Listen to what normally when you are voting for a bill, it's either you say yeah or you say nay. You do not argue, you do not debate, you do not say anything. All you do is yeah or nay. And I want you to listen to what let me restart this video here. Listen and watch.
Mrs. Malahoo Fort.
I'm saying the proposal is already covered in section 13(3)(b) of the Constitution.
Member
so it's
Malahoo
unnecessary.
Fort, you are required to vote yea or nay or abstain.
Mrs. Malahoo Fort, your vote.
What did you vote, member? Because I did not hear that.
Nay.
Okay, thank you, member.
Did you hear that? She said nay. Am I alone here, Sister Nay? Let me go back and Juliet Holness, the Speaker of the House, is asking. She said she did not hear. So she wanted to hear for herself because they were all talking over each other.
Did you vote, member? Because I did not hear that.
Nay.
Okay, thank you, member.
Nay.
Go ahead.
Ambassador Marks. Miss Mark. Mr. Robinson. Long.
Fort.
Yay.
She come back at some point. She come back. They were asking her again. I mean, she already voted. Why are you coming back to her? If this is not pressure, what is it? If she already voted, why are you coming back to her to ask her how she voted? If you are not pressuring her to change her vote, because the government did not want to look bad that you had a member of the governing party voting against a bill that is put up. So I think somebody got to her and tell her, hey, listen, you have a vote, yeah, or else you are in trouble. So she changed her mind. Listen.
Member Malahoo Fort.
Yay. Yay. Yay is my vote.
This coming like some party shop business. This is the Jamaican Parliament to the people. This is the Jamaican Parliament. No wonder we're so backward. No wonder we're so backward. This is some childish crap that's going on in the house. Yeah. Yeah, my vote is yeah. No, it is not yeah, it is nay. We heard clearly. We're not idiot. We heard clearly that you said yay. So how now you're saying nay? And you expect us to believe that that is what you said in the beginning, or that is what you meant to say? These are some seasoned politicians. And they expect us to believe this nonsense.
Yes. Look here, members. Member Malahoo Fort. There's only one chairman, you know. One. No, that's the rule. Please, follow the rule. I asked what was the vote of the member. No, I couldn't hear her. I heard the member beside her answer for her. She said something about...
Do you believe do you believe Juliet Holness? Do you really believe that Juliet Holness did not hear that she said yay and she moved on and then come back? You believe that? Come on.
You can pull it. Member Malahoo Fort, what was your vote?
Yes.
What was your vote? And Malahoo Fort is saying that her vote was yes. She's not saying that she changed her mind and she changed her vote. She's saying that that was her vote. Lies! Lies! What do them take people for?
Yes. Yes.
So there are phases, and we are now in the reconstruction phase. So, Madam Speaker, what is the context that is important in the discussion around this bill?
Yeah. So, there you have it. The party shop continues in the Jamaican Parliament. So, they forced Mrs. Malahoo Fort to change her mind. I would love to have somebody interview her and find out from her. You know? Somebody got to her and tell her that, listen to me. You have a vote. What you do? You mad? You can't vote against the boss. Yeah. So I think it's unfortunate that people really cannot vote how they want to vote, because she obviously did not like the bill, just like other people who did not like the bill. A lot of people on the opposition side did not like the bill and they voted against it. That is how the democracy is supposed to work. But hey, who am I? I'm just a guy on the internet with a microphone. I don't know anything. So I you know, there was a video going around, ladies and gentlemen, and it's this video here I'm gonna share. Jamaicans are some violent people, you know. We are a violent set of people. We Jamaicans, we are a violent set of people. Yeah. And a guy killed a woman recently, and they're now warning us that they're now telling us that all of this happened because there was a dispute over a cup of ice. And this happened in Love Lane. So the Kingston Central Police say a dispute over ice. A dispute over ice was the root of the fatal stabbing of a woman on Love Lane and then the subsequent shooting. So both people lost their lives. There was a dispute. The man stabbed up the woman. It is on social media. The man stabbed up the woman. And there you can see on the screen, they're having... people are having an argument, and you can see here that this guy here moved towards the woman, and they're talking I don't know what they're talking about. They're having a heated argument, and people rushed over. Pull him away. Here he is, walking away. People pull him away. And this woman right here, she is the one who is going to end up dying. This one in the green. The man walked back over, in Jamaican term, choke her up. And he walked away. Now everybody is trying to hold him back. And she is standing there, seeing how irate the man is. She is standing there, not moving. The man is irate and decided he's fighting off everybody around him. And she, before she run, she stand up there and wait until him get away from everybody. And he ran to her. If you notice, they're behind the car. Nobody see what happened behind the car until the woman is going to emerge from behind the car. This is where he stabbed her several times, I think. And she then struggled forward, and she's going to collapse somewhere in this vicinity here. Here she is. Here she is. She already got the stab. There she is now. She fell. And that's where she died. And the police, I think the police, let me go to the news and get the exact information from what exactly happened. So the fatal stabbing occurred about 5:20 p.m. and was captured on CCTV. On the video seen by the news center, at least 6 people are outside a bar. There is no audio. They are positioned on either side of the lane with bottles and cups containing what appears to be alcohol. Among them are a man and a woman, Wallace and the Dakers, who are arguing. Wallace, dressed in a green outfit, had a liquor bottle and a cup of ice in her hands. Wallace, Dakers, dressed in a black t-shirt and jeans, holding a phone in his hand, was seated on the opposite side of the road next to a table with a cup containing what appeared to be alcohol. The argument between the two escalated, and Dakers approached Wallace and physically confronted her. 2 other women and a man intervened, attempting to de-escalate the argument and separate the two. Wallace is seen mouthing vigorously in Dakers' direction. He then moves towards her and strikes her in the head. Wallace splashes some of the contents of her bottle on Dakers, who then advanced towards her, but is held back by a man and a woman. Dakers then wriggles out of his shirt, leaving him a white marina as he runs towards Wallace. The man is seen making repeated blows to the woman's upper body. A group of people then rush towards the two and succeed in dragging Dakers away. The video captures Wallace staggering, then collapsing near the table where Dakers had previously been seated. Wallace was lifted into the back of a vehicle and then taken to hospital. Dakers, meanwhile, was captured walking away from the scene. The police say Wallace and Dakers, who had been drinking all afternoon, were arguing over a cup of ice. According to the police preliminary reports, curse words and derogatory remarks were exchanged between the two, and Wallace followed up on her remarks by dousing Dakers with alcohol and spitting on him in full view of other residents. The police say Dakers, who reportedly did not take kindly to this, used a ratchet knife to inflict several stab wounds to Wallace's upper body. She was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital. Later that night, at about 11:25 p.m., lawmen acting on intelligence in relation to the suspect were traveling northerly along Hanover Street in the division when they observed a male fitting the description of Dakers walking along the road. The police alighted from their service vehicle and approached him, instructing him to drop a ratchet knife that he had in his hand. The suspect reportedly responded by saying, "Me nah go and no jail," and then stabbed at one of the policemen. The lawman discharged his service pistol at the suspect, hitting him in the upper body. The police say he was pronounced dead on arrival at Kingston Public Hospital. So there you have it, two lives lost because of ice. Wow. This is how we settle our grievances in Jamaica. And then again, I have to ask, how do you expect the picnic to behave? These are the same communities that the picnic them come from and go to school. These are the same communities the children are coming from going to school. Let me repeat that. At them your community, yeah, the picnic them a come from a go to school. These are the actions that they are seeing. So when you not talk about teacher can't curb them your violent picnic. It's a community. I say this 100% of the time and I stand 10 toes down. It's the environment that the children are coming from that is going to dictate whether they succeed or not. The environment, 90% of the time, is the environment that they're coming from, the homes that they're coming from, not the teachers, not the schools that they go to. The environment of the homes that they are coming from. This is what they are seeing in their community and they are emulating these. So now nobody come tell me nothing about teachers. Teachers can't help them. Teacher are there for teach them maths and English, yeah, and chemistry. Teacher are there for teach them behavior. That will come from them yard, from them mama and them papa. Lord, the teacher them. Teacher are there for teach maths and English and geography. Teacher are there for teach them for behave themselves. Parents need to do that. And the parents them nah do that. Yeah, that's where I'm going to have to leave it this evening, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the hot topic. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you. I love you. And, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, I look forward to being back with you next week when we will do it all over again. So, take care of your beautiful, beautiful selves. Always remember that you are like champagne. Don't let anybody treat you like beer. I am out of here. Well, good. Have a fantastic evening.
Messiah, you are required. When blossoms fail, it reach the ground. It fills my emotion with devotion. Hey, hey, hey. Why when the sun stops shining, it brings the cloud. And why when the clouds reach the ground, little girl, you are my desire.